There are moments in life that seem harmless, a late-night drive, a knock at the door, or a random phone call. But it's in those exact moments when the real nightmare begins. You're watching scary stories where true events are told with suspense, dread, and chilling unease. Brace yourself, because what you're about to hear are 3 stories you'll never forget. Story 1. The passenger with no name. I drive for a rideshare app at night. It's been 3 years now, and I still enjoy the silence of the road. No traffic, no honking, just me and the scattered glow of streetlights. But that night, that was the one that made me vow never to let anyone into my car without a second thought. It was around 2:15 a.m. I'd just finished a long trip when I got a new pickup request from a nearby convenience store. Nothing unusual, except this time something in me hesitated. My skin prickled with unease the moment I tapped accept, and then I saw why. The store was dark, no cars in the lot, no movement. Even the open 24 hours sign blinked in red like a mocking warning. And then I saw him, a man in a tattered hoodie sleeve so frayed his skin showed through. He leaned against the wall, glancing around like he was being hunted. Twitchy, disoriented, like he'd just run from something. I hovered over the cancel button, but instead, I unlocked the doors. He slid into the back seat without a word. A wave of rot and mildew hit me. As I pulled away, I cursed myself. Most passengers scroll their phones, not him. He just stared directly into the rearview mirror, unblinking, emotionless, cold. I turned on the radio, hoping to break the tension. The moment the music started, he barked, "Turn it off." His voice was raspy, like smoke had scorched his throat. I did as he said. My grip tightened on the steering wheel. Then he started muttering. At first, random things that he used to be a driver too, that some kids once stole from him. But then, his voice dropped to a whisper. They shouldn't have gotten into my car that night. I didn't mean to, but they wouldn't listen. Was he telling a story? Or confessing a crime? And then he laughed. Not joyful, not even amused. Just wrong. Like he was reliving something awful and enjoying it. I kept silent, but then he leaned forward, breath brushing my ear. Ever wonder if you trust the person behind you a little too much? My blood froze. Before I could respond, he suddenly shouted, "You took the wrong turn." But GPS showed I was on the right route. Still, I slammed the brakes in fear. Pull over. Now. Heart pounding, I shifted into park. That's when a patrol car pulled up behind us. Headlights washed over my back seat. But no one was sitting upright. He was crouched, curled up on the floor like a predator waiting to pounce. I turned away, pretended I didn't see. He stayed still, breathing shallow, then slowly sat up and looked at me through the mirror. You got lucky. Then he opened the door and disappeared into the dark. I ended my shift right then and there. A week later, I saw a news report. Armed robbery at a convenience store around 2 a.m. Suspect still at large. The location: 2 blocks from where I picked him up. I never reported it. Didn't want to. But since that night, I never open my door unless I'm absolutely sure. Story 2. The cabin in the woods and the neighbor who wasn't there. 3 years ago, I left the city and all its noise. After a psychological breakdown, I was diagnosed with phonophobia, a fear of loud sounds. Car horns, slamming doors, raised voices. They made my body recoil like I'd been electrocuted. I needed silence to survive. So I bought an old cabin deep in the Oregon woods. No address, no neighbors, barely a phone signal. Perfect. The cabin was small, sturdy. Thick wooden walls, a stone fireplace, and the smell of pine and old books. It felt outside of time. The only person nearby supposedly lived a 10-minute walk through the woods. I met her the first Saturday after I moved in. Her name was Michelle. Long silver hair, pale blue eyes that felt like they saw through you. She showed up at my door without a word, just a wicker basket of homemade jam in hand. When I opened the door, she said nothing polite. Just 3 sentences. Always keep your lantern full. Always keep your windows locked. And always keep your head sharper than your axe. Then she handed me the basket and walked away slowly, deliberately, like someone was watching her from the woods. That night, a sudden storm hit. I sat by candlelight reading until a pounding shook the door. Not a knock, a pounding. Frantic, urgent, like someone trying to break in. I peered through the window. Michelle, soaked, shivering, pale as a corpse. "There's someone by your firewood pile," she whispered. I saw him. I grabbed a flashlight and scanned the woods. Nothing. Just rain and trees swaying. She warned me to stay alert and disappeared again. As I closed the door, it hit me her cabin was 10 minutes away. Why was she here? During a storm. In the middle of the night, I couldn't sleep. Around 2 a.m., I heard twigs snapping outside my bedroom window. I crept to the glass. Michelle, standing still at the forest's edge, back turned, motionless. I ducked out of view. When I looked again, she was gone. The next morning, I called the police. They told me there was no one named Michelle in that area. In fact, the cabin I mentioned had been abandoned for over 20 years. We went to check. The roof had collapsed, windows shattered, dust everywhere. But the jam basket from that first night was still sitting on my kitchen table, untouched. I left that night. But even now, whenever it rains, I swear I still hear knocking from deep in the woods. Story 3. The Christmas Call. My name is Luke. My girlfriend Catherine and I were both students at Stanford. We bonded over being from Ohio, 2 homesick kids in a sunny place that never felt like ours. Every Christmas after dinner at my house, we had a tradition driving through the night to her family's place to arrive just in time for Christmas morning. That year was no different. Snow was falling softly. It felt like a Christmas card brought to life. She leaned against the window. I kept my hands on the wheel. Juice WRLD played low on the speakers. Everything felt perfect. Then my phone rang. Unknown number. I ignored it. 5 minutes later again. Catherine raised an eyebrow. I shook my head. Let it ring. The 3rd time I snapped. I grabbed the phone and barked, "Who is this silence?" Then a voice, deep, rough, like speaking through fabric. "Hello, Luke." I froze. Not just because he knew my name, but because of how he said it. So calm. So cold. He started listing personal details. My birthday address. My parents' names. One by one. All accurate. I didn't know what to say. Catherine whispered, "He knows too much." I demanded, "Who are you? What do you want, silence?" "Then I'm not here for you. I'm here for Catherine." My heart sank. I yelled, "You've got the wrong person. There's no one here by that name." He chuckled. Low. Raspy. "She's sitting right next to you." I slammed the brakes, pulled over. Catherine was shaking. Before I could say more, she grabbed the phone and hung up. "Why did you do that?" I snapped. Her eyes filled with tears. I was scared. "I swear I don't know him." I tried calling back. No signal. Only dead air. No one knew where we were. Not friends. Not family. Catherine didn't say another word. I kept checking the rearview mirror the whole way there. We made it around 3 a.m. The snow was peaceful. But I knew. It was no longer just a normal Christmas night. That number never called again. But now, Every time my phone rings, I stop breathing just in case it's him. 3 stories, 3 warnings. Never assume you're safe, not even in your own home. Not even on the roads you think you know. You can turn off this video, but the images, the feelings, they'll stay with you when the night comes. Have you ever experienced something like this? Leave a comment below, we're listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more terrifying stories each week. And remember, next time your phone rings at midnight, think twice before you answer.